Hello, how y'all doing? Hope y'all doing well. Hope y'all doing safe. Stay safe in this festive season. Happy, blessed New Year when it comes. Okay, today I'm in round two of how I overcome, how I defeat, how I reverse my diabetes. And before I start, I want to share something with you guys. First of all, I want y'all to know what causes diabetes. Okay? This out. It's
In order to understand blood sugar problems, we need to review what a hormone is. Hormones are proteins released from parts of the body called glands. They help to send messages from one place in the body to parts that are farther away. Insulin is a hormone that tells the body to store the energy we get from the food we eat. Insulin is made in your pancreas, a small organ located just below your stomach. Insulin levels go up in response to the different types of sugar eaten in your diet. Rising insulin levels allow sugar to be saved as energy, to be used later. Let's take a train ride to try to understand things better. All aboard! Think of the pancreas as if it were a steam engine on an old-fashioned train, heading out for a ride through the mountainside. Insulin is the smoke that the train engine produces as it chugs along on its journey. Passing through the valley, the train glides along its track. The steam engine works effortlessly and continuously produces small puffs of smoke. When it travels up a hill, the smoke increases, but only by a small amount and for a short period of time. This represents the normal, everyday function of the pancreas. When the pancreas is not overworked, it churns out small amounts of insulin. A small hill represents a meal that results in insulin levels going up temporarily. When the train begins traveling up a very steep mountain, the engine kicks into gear. As the train climbs, the engine burns more fuel, and the smoke output begins to rise. Initially, the speed of the train does not change, and the passengers are not aware of the effort required from the engine. This steep mountain represents pre-diabetes. As a person eats more than what is needed, the pancreas has to work overtime and churn out more insulin. The individual does not feel the stress placed on the pancreas. If the train has to continue up the mountain for a long period of time, the engine will start to burn out and the train will slow, decreasing the smoke produced. Similar to the overworked engine, the pancreas can begin to tire out as well. In diabetes mellitus, sugar in the blood is high for several reasons. The pancreas cannot produce enough insulin because it is overworked. Also, weight gain contributes, causing the insulin you have to not work as well. The end result is that sugar from the diet builds up in the blood. Adding exercise to your schedule and eating less sugar in your diet can decrease the stress on your pancreas and improve blood sugar levels.
Yes, guys. So now we know what causes diabetes. Let's move forward. I have this friend. I've known him since 2017. He's a taxi operator, and since I know him, he's always on the road. He's always driving. He used to say, "Man, you don't take a day off. You need to take a day off." You know, me I always tell him, "Man, I gotta make this money." And a few years later, realized I haven't seen him, so I was wondering what's going on. I reached out to him. He told me that he was in the hospital. He found out he has diabetes, and because he weren't exercising, the blood weren't circulating properly through his body, and it ended up that he lost one of his legs. It's so sad, but the greatest thing, he's still alive, so he still have a chance. He can get temporary leg, whatever. And a lot of people don't make it. A lot of people don't get that privilege. And you have a lot of people out there that is missing a finger, a toe, a hand, and a leg. Diabetes ain't no joke, guys. For real. It's no joke. You got to be serious about diabetes. A lot of people think, as I said before, a lot of people say that you can actually live with it. And a lot of people have been living with it. but it's not healthy, because the longer you live with this thing in your blood system, is the more your body deteriorates. Okay? Now, I'm going to share with you guys how journey continued. So after I realized I was diagnosed with diabetes, I went to see my doctor, and I let my doctor know what's up, and he gave me two choices. The first choice is insulin. The second choice was metformin. There's so much story going about metformin. I didn't really want to do it because I hear a lot of people, especially on the internet, people saying that metformin kills man's nature, kills your manhood. So I didn't really want to try metformin, but the doctor told me that metformin is one of the best, even though it got the ups and downs, it's still one of the best and one of the fastest. So I told him I would check the metformin for now, and later down, if it ain't going down, I consider the insulin, because I'm scared to stick myself. I ain't gonna lie. I'm scared to do that. So I was taking the metformin about a month and nothing was going on. It was in the 500. I'm still going like week. I'm still going to the doctor because it keeps spiking. I didn't know what to eat. I said, I'm going to stop. I'm going to go and fast and eat less. It gets worse because, diabetes set up, you got to eat. You can't have an empty stomach. So it was taking a toll on me, guys. I ain't going to lie. There are days that I cried literally. I'm in so much pain. Every time I go to the doctor, they draw so much blood. It's day in, day out. It was really taking a toll on my life. There are points in my life where I felt like, what the hell am I doing? If I felt like I literally felt like an handicap. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't go work because I'm in pain. I couldn't do my driving job because I can't sit still. Plus, I'm peeing constantly. So everything was against me. I feel so defeated. And every time I have to go to the hospital, to the doctor, emergency, because I can't get this thing down. So I decided I'm going to do the insulin. The insulin, bring it down to 300. It was at 300 for like months. Like, it's just not moving. I'm sticking myself like morning, this thing ain't moving past 3. So I called my doctor and I said, what's going on? This thing ain't going down past 3. He told me to higher the dose. So I higher the dose. Still ain't going past 3. I change up some eating habit. Still ain't going past 3. I was so stressed out. I called my friends, tried to get encouraged, and I told them, man, you can live with it. Don't let it get to you. You soon will realize it's not there. I said, man, can't do that. I refuse to do that. So this is when I went on my journey. I started scraping the internet, trying to find people that overcome this. That's the thing you got to do, guys. You got the meat, you got to seek the fire. If you got the fire and don't got the meat, you got to seek the meat. So what? I got the sickness, so I got to seek people who already overcome this. Even though they were saying the majority of people that overcome this is so small, you can hardly see them or even find them. But I said I have to find. So I scoured the internet, guys. There are so many things out there, people with so many different opinions about diabetes. You'll be so shocked. Everybody have their own theory about diabetes. Some said don't eat carbs. Some said exercise. Some said no, you don't need to exercise. Some said walk. Some say no, you don't need to walk. You just need to change it's so much. It was so, and I almost tried everything. Yes, I almost tried all these remedies that they were talking about on the internet, and some of it worked to an extent. Well, let me tell you about the fruit, guys. Fruit to stay away from, number 1 is banana. Number 2, pineapple. Number 3, mango. These are some crazy fruit when it comes to diabetes. You can't mess with these fruit. None at all. Stay away from these 3 fruit. Now, I see this guy on the internet. He was sharing how he overcome it, and he said he went on a fast. He went on name of the fruit, watermelon. He went on a watermelon fast for a month. I think it was a month, he said, and he was showing the result. I don't know if it's true, but guess what? I tried it, and that thing, it works somewhat, but I was peeing way more. And that's the crazy part about it. I was trying to get rid of the peeing, but the watermelon pushed me to go bathroom so much more. So I had to go back to the drawing board and find something else. So I'm doing my research, guys, and I realized that a lot of people are saying greens. And I said, greens, it makes sense. So in my family, my grandma back home, and I was asking her, what do I take? And she told me 3 bushes that I must take. Number 1 is called Cersei. And I'm gonna put up the name of all these, everything that I used at the end of this video. Okay? Number 1 is Cersei. It is bitter. Number 2 is called bitter wood. It's actually a tree and rip the bark. It's called bitter wood. Number 3 is called Guinean weed. These are the 3 bushes that I drink. And I don't, but guess what? Don't drink them together. You drink each bush, make a big pot and last for a week. Strain it, put it in the fridge or whichever, put it in the fridge. And every morning, every night, and drink a cup for a week. So I do them weekly. Every week I do another one. Now guys, let me tell you, first and foremost, these bushes are bitter. But that's the thing. That's where part 2 comes in, guys. It has to do with sacrifice. You need to be healed. This is the only way you're going to be healed. You got to be content, and you got to take risks, and you got to sacrifice. So I realized what has to be done. And what needs to be done is exercise, diet, and you put in is what you get out. So I start my journey. I made this big pot and I let it simmer, boil it, let it simmer for a few hours, and then I strained it, put it in the fridge. So every morning I get up, I take a cup, I made a smoothie, I check my blood, then I'm out the door. I eat in the morning a smoothie. I don't eat in a lunch. I try to skip lunch, I try to eat less. So I eat about 6, and I try to make that meal the last meal that I encounter. I probably eat some crackers or a snack, but I try not to snack. If I'm gonna snack, I snack on food or crackers. Yeah, I try to snack on our fruit, berries. Berries is the number 1 thing you should always have in your fridge. Every type of berries. Once it's berry, it's good. There's no % of sugar in berries. Berries is the number 1 thing you should have. When you're doing your smoothie, make sure you got berries in it. All type of berries. And I normally use to make my smoothie. Yep, and I do fresh fruit. I don't do frozen fruit. I do fresh fruit. Because you gotta understand that you need life. Fruit that you're eating has to be alive. When I say alive, it has to be green. Everything that you're eating has to be alive. They have to be green. Apple, berries, cucumber, string bean. I do a lot of string bean, cabbage, and everything you can think of that is green can be blended. And once it can be blended, it can be juice. Once it's juice, you can drink it. And this is what gonna flush out your body. All these green stuff, all these green juices and then fruit you eat, they go straight to your bloodstream. and then flush everything out. Because your system is what is clean. Because the blood, what causes diabetes is when your blood becomes too thick and it's not moving through it's not circulating through your system properly. So it clogged up, it gets thick. So you need things that will wash your blood system, clean it, purify it, provide more insulin to your body. So every morning, as I said, I made a smoothie. But before I made a smoothie, I test my blood. I made a smoothie. I drink a cup of this bitter, whatever, which tea is it I'm drinking at that time. And I don't eat lunch. I skip lunch and I eat at 6. And remember, guys, vegetable, fruit is your best thing. You want to beat this thing, you got to put in the sacrifice. You got to put in the work. You got to do it. Even you just need, all you need is 30 minutes of walking every day. But you got to do it every day. All you need is 30 minutes of walking. And that's what causes the blood transfusion to be moving. Your body is getting pumped. The more you walk, the more your body pumps. You exercise, the blood is moving slowly and sweetly through your body. So exercise and dieting is the most important thing to overcome diabetes. No insulin. Remember, the doctors, the hospital, physicians, they're all, it's a business. If they cure me, there's no reason for me to go back there. So they just lost a customer. So they're not in the business to cure. They're in the business to suppress so that you can come back crying, weeping for the same thing. That's how they make their money. It's called business. So don't think this medication cannot cure you. They cannot heal you. All they do is create more problems. The side effects I get from metformin is crazy, guys. A lot of time I feel like I'm gonna black out. I can't remember. It's a crazy thing. But the number one that really helps me is I stopped taking the metformin. No, I was still taking the metformin. I stopped taking the insulin and I started using Ozempic. Ozempic is the best. If you're gonna do medication, ask your doctor for Ozempic. It is better than the metformin and it's better than the insulin. You take it 1 time per week. It is way better. You see results way faster. But only way you're gonna see results with the Ozempic, you still got to stick to your diet. You got to stick to your green juice. You got to stick to your vegetable and your exercise. These are the things. So in my opinion, Ozempic is the best medication I see out there for diabetes. Once you're doing your routines, because you cannot and will not beat diabetes on medication. It's not possible. No one has done it. I've searched the internet straight. No one has beaten this thing just by using medication. There's so much side effects. Even with the Ozempic, there's side effects for Ozempic. It makes you feel dizzy, but you cannot be on it. That's why you got to continue your routine. So the routine will cover the effects. And the routine, as I mentioned before, it's exercise, dieting, and what you consume. You got to stay away from bread, rice, flour, sugar, and all these things that is called carbs. These things send up your blood pressure just by smelling it. That's how dangerous these things is. And you got to read all your label when you're buying, guys. That's the number one thing. Read everything. Otherwise, just get your own fruit. Make your own juice. That's what I do. I make my own juice. I get my fruit and I made whatever. If I'm not drinking those juice, I'm drinking water. Because everything is contaminated. Food is contaminated with drinks, with and our juice are contaminated with sugar. Nothing is pure. Nothing is organic that's on the shelf. Anything that dies after 3 days, it decays. So when you got fruit on the shelf for weeks, days. There's no life in that, friends. There's no life in those fruits. There's no life in no food that is in the supermarket that's on the shelf for more than 3 days. There's no life in it. That means there's nothing in that food or that fruit to offer to your body that's substantial to your health. There's nothing. After 3 days, everything is rot. Everything that is natural, everything that is dead after 3 days started to decay. So if it's still on the shelf after 3 days, whether it be fruit or food, that can't be good. It can't be good for your body. You need life to bring forth life. That means you got to eat things that you cook naturally, or you got to eat things that are organic to give you life. And life only comes from food that goes to your blood. Those are the most essential food. Now you got to do your homework yourself, guys, and find out these food that offer you blood. And these are the food you got to eat that goes straight to your bloodstream to cleanse yourself. And you got to cleanse yourself even 1 time per month. Your body needs it. Because whether you know it or whether you believe it or not, our food is toxin, it's poison. It's poison. It just, by the grace of God, a lot of us literally still. If there's a percentage, I'm going to put a percentage on your screen. See the percentage of people that has high blood pressure and high sugar level. It's crazy in this country. It is crazy. What is causing it? It's a thing that we consume every day called food. That's what causing it. 50% of our health factors in this world is caused by food. But you will never, as I said, the doctor, the physician, it's a business. You can't look for these people to bring healing to you. There are certain things that the doctor has to do. If you need things outside of medication, the doctor has to play the part. But when it comes to medication, no, you need life, you need fruit, you need vegetable, you need bush. Every bush is of a significant value and use. Believe me when I say that, every bush. Okay? That's a short-term process of how I overcome my diabetes. And after I start taking the Ozempic with my diet, it went down to 250. I've never seen that after like 6 months. And it gradually going down. The more I exercise, the more green juice. I drink a lot of green juice. I ain't gonna lie, I blend a lot of green juice. That was like my water, because it keep detoxing my body. So the sugar has no point, nowhere to stay in my body, to build up in my body. I keep detoxing a lot. So I eat, so I detox. I keep flushing my system a lot. And then it goes down 190. That was like Christmas to me. That was amazing. And it just, the more I see it decline, is the more I feel alive. I start getting my strength, my cheekbones, everything keep coming back. I'm putting on back weight. Not where I was before, but yeah, I start getting life. I start feeling my strength is coming back. And the pain went away. And now my blood test this morning. No, not this morning. I test like 1 time a week or 2 times a week, depends how I'm feeling or depends how I eat. And the last time I tested was 95. So yes, guys, you can beat it. It's not a life sentence, but it takes sacrifice and accountability. I know it's hard. It's gonna be hard at first. It's gonna be hard trying to cut out the burger, the fried chicken. It's going to be hard. It was hard for me. But you can do it if you put your mind to it. Because guess what? Health is wealth. It's not what you got. It's how you do and what you do to what you was given. Okay, so now we come to the end of this beautiful story. And this can be the end of your beautiful story as well for diabetes. As I said before, I'm going to put all the information at the end of this video of what I take, what I do, and what I've consumed for me to overcome this sickness. And until then, guys, stay safe. Remember, God is the only way. He is the truth and He is the life. Stay safe. One love.